Welcome in, everyone, to the Glass House. It's the 4A state quarterfinals as the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers get set to take on the Lincoln Lady Falcons here. As the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers get set to take on the Lincoln Lady Falcons here at the Murphy Center. My name's Jacob Vincent, joined by Noah McKay and Madison McKay on the call today. The Cookeville Lady Cavaliers back in Murfreesboro for the third time in 4 years. It's almost become a mainstay for these seniors on this roster for the Lady Cavaliers, who missed last year, made it the last couple of years prior to that. Of course, Callie Reeder, another one of those seniors, making it 3 out of 4 years. She was the tournament MVP on this floor last year with the Pickett County Lady Bobcats. The Cookeville Lady Cavaliers 24-7 on the season, taking on Lincoln County today, who is 25-8 on the year, and they have played once already this season. We'll get into that and so much more here in the Hooper Huddleston and Horner Funeral Home pregame show. Noah, welcome in. We're back. Game number 2 today. Obviously, we had White County earlier. They saw their season come to a close, and now the Lady Cavaliers get a tough test with a team that already beat them earlier this season.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Elite Eight here in the state tournament, and all the bad teams are at home. It's a tough test today for the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers, but a test that they certainly can pass. Not going to be easy, but if they play their game, especially on the defensive side of the basketball that we've seen them play here in this postseason run, they got a great chance to advance on to the Final Four to take on Bartlett, who just had a hard-fought victory on this floor over Oak Ridge. That is a really good Bartlett team, but it's a very good Lincoln County team in their way. And you mentioned it, Lincoln County did beat them earlier in the season in a holiday tournament, but obviously a very different-looking Cookeville team. They did not have Callie Reeder. They were also missing Kendall McLeod, but they had a healthy Allie Gillis. So very different parts moving around in this game than what they saw in that holiday tournament.
Lady Cavaliers 24-7 on the year, and the path to get here has not been an easy one. In the region championship, obviously they had to beat Lebanon in that region championship ball game. They were able to do so in tremendous defensive fashion, 45-32. Before that even, they had to beat Blackman, a very good Blackman team who had been ranked in 4A all year long. Lyric Maston leading the way in the charge for the Lady Blaze, and they were able to beat them in the region semifinals. They win the semifinal, they win the championship, and it still doesn't get any easier because they had to welcome in Cleveland, who had Lauren Hurst on the squad, and able to win that game in overtime, 57-55. And even throughout these 3 games, these last 3 specifically, they had no Tanaya Dirksen in the region semifinals, no Allie Gillis in the second half of the region championship or in the sectional game. They have both of them back today. Now limited for Allie Gillis. She is warming up right now. She has a cast on the right hand, kind of that soft cast, and she is listed as questionable, and we'll see how much she plays. Obviously, they would love to have her for defense, and she was their leading scorer when she went out with an injury. But Carolee Gilbert and Callie Reeder have been absolutely phenomenal these last 4 games for the Lady Cavaliers.
They certainly have. Carolee Gilbert, she has been sensational. And then you got to also mention Charlie Roby and her play that she had particularly late in that sub-state game into overtime against Cleveland. It's a Cookeville team. You mentioned last year, the one year they didn't make the state tournament. And if you just looked at the path, you would have thought last year would have been a better route for them to make it here. They did not go the easy route. Not all paths are created equally. Cookeville had to earn their way into this state tournament. They did it by beating that Blackman team in that winner-go-home game. Then beating Lebanon in the one that mattered. Lebanon had won the last 2, but that region championship game meant everything because Lebanon had to go to Bradley night-night. Cookeville got to play Cleveland and earn their victory here. Not only that, once you get here, they certainly got the path you choose because those Bradley Central Bearettes are sitting on the other side. You might as well treat this like a state semifinal. And if you win it, you can treat tomorrow like a state championship game. Don't worry about Bradley. We all understand what's going on over there. But for Cookeville, you're trying to do something you never done before in program history. You win 2 games, you do that.
We'll get into so much more in the Hooper Huddleston and Horner Funeral Home pregame show. Right now, we caught up with head coach Jamie Gillis just a little bit ago here in the Glass House. We're joined now by head coach Jamie Gillis of the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers as they get set to take on the Lincoln County Lady Falcons in the state quarterfinals in the 4A tournament here at the Glass House. Coach, you're back here at the Glass House 3 out of 4 years now, especially for this senior group. And I want to go back to that Cleveland game because that was one heck of a victory for you guys in the sectional round. We win it in overtime. A lot going on down the stretch. You're down by 6. I think there was 90 seconds to go. You guys are able to come back and win. Just take me back to that game and really what you liked from that win.
Well, you got to like how they just don't ever quit. And, every time out, every end of quarter, they were, locked in, listening to what we wanted to do. And The second quarter, I don't think we scored a field goal, so we were talked about halftime how we wanted to change up a little bit of our defense. We played a lot of zone in the first half, and we decided to come back out and put some pressure on them. A lot of times we turn our defense into offense, and so sometimes sitting back in that zone hurts us offensively, which is kind of sounds crazy, but so we came back out and just got on a quick run in the third quarter, was able to get back, and then it was just back and forth. And Cleveland's such a good team. They shoot the ball so well. They did an incredible job guarding us, and Carolee didn't get a three-pointer off, but she still had 20. So it was just a good night, and great atmosphere, great crowd, and just super proud of our kids for not quitting.
You guys have had multiple people step up. You've had injuries. You've had sickness throughout this postseason run. Didn't have Tanaya for a game in the region semifinals. Didn't have Allie for the second half of the region championship and all of the sectional round. How proud of you over your team? Not only, obviously, the starters, but some of these other players that have stepped up. Lily McCarter got a start. Obviously, Callie has been really good here down the stretch as well.
Yeah, and last year in the region semis, the game we lost, Allie went down, we were up 10, and we ended up losing that game in overtime. And I think they were a little shocked, and we weren't really ready to play without her. And coming back this year, Carolee was sick in a game, and we just kind of had that mentality of next man up, and whoever needs to step up is going to. And we didn't have Tanaya against Blackman, and Tanaya is one of our best defenders. And then to not have Allie in that subset game, was then our leading scorer. So, it was just Lily stepped up. Tanaya just came in and was like, you need me to play defense? Okay, I got it. And and they just rally around each other. I mean, here we are at the state tournament. We're staying in a house together. That I can't get them apart. Like, they just love hanging out with each other and love being together. And so it's really cool. And so that's just kind of our mentality on the floor too. Just, whoever we need it to come from, that's who's going to step up.
I want to ask you about, I mentioned it, 3 out of the last 4 years you guys have made it here. These seniors and Macy Hudson, Kendall McLeod, and Lily McCarter, and then obviously Callie has come in from Pickett County. She's been here 3 out of 4 years as well, with Pickett County 2 of the other years. How big has it been kind of having that experience? And you guys have a routine here now. I mean, you guys have been here enough times that you can kind of get into a routine when you get here.
We do, and we came last night just to kind of get, figure out where we walk in, where the locker rooms are, all of that stuff. And they were just kind of like, okay, and there's not those nervous jitters of this is the first time we're ever playing here, but there's still those nervous jitters. I mean, this is a big deal, and I think Callie said it the other day in an interview. Everybody wants to be playing in March, and so what an opportunity, and just really cool for our freshmen and sophomores to get to experience this now, and our juniors and seniors kind of letting them know what to expect and what to do when we get here. So hopefully we pull out a win.
Well, let's talk about the game. It's against Lincoln County. You've seen them already this year, back in December in that Smoky Mountain Christmas Classic, I believe in the semifinals of that tournament. Fell in that game. I think they had a season high from one of their players in that game, one of their seniors in Brown. Obviously, you didn't have 2 of your players in that game, in Callie Reeder and Lily McCarter. From that game, what do you remember, and what would you like to see maybe be a little bit better with your squad?
Well, I went back and watched that game, and we're a totally different team than we were now. One thing I noticed when I went back and watched is Charlie Roby's confidence has just absolutely skyrocketed since Christmas, and she's playing really well right now. Carolee and Charlie were in foul trouble almost that whole game, and so it wasn't one of our better games. So we talked about that. We watched some film from them currently. So I feel like we have a good game plan. I think Callie will come in and for sure help us because they've got a really good post player. Allie's questionable right now, how much time she'll be able to get in, if any. And so, we've got a plan, and so hopefully we can just go out and get it done.
Defensively, you guys have had some really good performances. Obviously, the Lebanon one stands out. Even against Blackman, it was really good. And then against Cleveland as well, you're playing one of the best players in Lauren Hurst in the state. And Tanaya was really good against her, especially in that second half. Coming here into this matchup, they've got 2 players that they can go score, and Abby Bryan and then Brown. How do you slow them down defensively? And do you try to focus on forcing the ball to the other players, or what's it look like?
We're just going to try to guard them tight. Charlie and Tanaya will start with that assignment on them, and we're going to try to double them if we need to, but their other 3 players are really good and can knock down the 3. So we're just going to try to play them straight up and just try to make sure if we give them a shot, they get one, and we don't give them second and third chance opportunities.
All right, that's head coach Jamie Gillis with the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers as they get set to take on Lincoln County in the 4A state quarterfinals. Discover the stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. With new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
Welcome back here to Murfreesboro. It is the Class 4A state quarterfinals as the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers get set to take on the Lincoln County Lady Falcons here in Murfreesboro. Jacob Vincent, Noah McKay, Madison McKay on the broadcast here at Media Row on the floor of the Murphy Center. The Cookeville Lady Cavaliers are going to be the home team today. 24-7 on the season, taking on the Lady Falcons. Of course, we mentioned it. These two teams have already played once this season. That was back in December in the Smoky Mountain Christmas Classic, and Lincoln County won that game 69-56 for the Lady Cavaliers. No Lily McCarter, no Callie Reeder, and they had a little bit of foul trouble with Carolee Gilbert in that ball game. They also had a season high from Molly Brown on the other side from Lincoln County, who had 28 points. Abby Bryan also had 28 points, and Lincoln County hit 10 threes in that ball game as well. That's going to conclude our Hooper, Huddleston, and Horner Funeral Home pregame show. Let's bring you the starting lineups for both sides. First, for the visitors on the scoreboard, the Lincoln County Lady Falcons, who are 25-8 on the year under head coach Chad Tips. It'll be a senior number 0, Alyssa Petty. Junior number 20 is Grayson Tips. A senior number 24 is Molly Brown. A senior number 34 is Abby Bryan. And a junior number 42 is Reagan Bragg. Once again for the Lady Falcons, Reagan Bragg, Abby Bryan, Molly Brown, Grayson Tips, and Alyssa Petty. For the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers, 24-7 on the season. They are the home team on the scoreboard today. Head coach Jamie Gillis back here, third time in 4 years with this group of seniors. It'll be the junior number 1, Carolee Gilbert. A senior number 4 is Macy Hudson. A junior number 30 is Charlie Roby. A senior number 44 is Callie Reeder. And a junior number 5 is Tanaya Dirksen. Once again for the Lady Cavaliers, Tanaya Dirksen, Callie Reeder, Charlie Roby, Macy Hudson, and Carolee Gilbert.
It's going to be very interesting to watch, Jacob, because you mentioned 3 and 4 years for this Cookeville team. But the last time they were here, the bulk of these players were freshmen or didn't play much. It was a different star-studded cast. It was Cassie Gallagher and Jordan Gillis' team. It was Bailey Gillis' team. How do these players in their junior year rely on that experience? That's where I look to somebody like a Callie Reeder. In this tournament last year, the MVP of the Class 1A state tournament. Obviously, the 4A state tournament is a little bit different than the 4A state tournament, but it's on this floor. She knows what it's like to step out and hit big shots. She's the new addition to this team, but she may be the leader that they need today to get past this Lincoln County squad.
On the other side for Lincoln County, Abby Bryan is the engine that makes them go. The senior going to Union next year, averaging 18 points per ball game. They've also got Alyssa Petty and Molly Brown. It's kind of their big three. They're going to play at Bryan next season, so they've got 3 college players. Obviously, Cookeville has Callie Reeder. They've got Kendall McLeod coming off the bench playing at Maryville next season as well. And so we'll see who can kind of step up and maybe get off to an early start in this one. The crowd is great. Lincoln County has brought a ton of fans. The Cookeville student section is here. They have brought a ton of fans. back here into the quarterfinals again. Last time they were here, Macy Hudson and Allie Gillis, the only two starters that were starting in that ball game. Charlie Roby got a little bit of playing time, so did Carolee Gilbert. It'll be Callie Reeder to tip against Alyssa Petty. The Lady Cavaliers moving from right to left in their home white uniforms. Lincoln County in their royal blue roads from left to right. Underway here in the Glass House, and Lincoln County has the first possession of the basketball game, moving from left to right as you listen and visualize this contest. Our game today presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. Here is Lincoln County for the first time. Bryant's got it top of the key, being guarded by Dirksen, who did a great job on Lauren Hurst in the sectional round. Kicking out to Bragg for a three. That one's off the mark deep, and an offensive board for Lincoln County. Bryant again on the deck, puts it up in the mid-range. That one's off the mark. Callie Reeder the rebound, and here come the Lady Cavaliers. 30 seconds in, no score. Roby kicks to Hudson on the perimeter, right side, right around to Roby. And here's Carolee Gilbert now with the basketball. Will set up the offense. Roby out between the circles, sets it up, bounce pass to Dirksen at the top of the perimeter. She looks right side. Here's Carolee Gilbert on the left wing. Gilbert, leading scorer the last 4 games at 18 a ball game, gives off to Hudson on the perimeter, and Gilbert will get it again. Being guarded tightly by Brown on the top of the perimeter. Steps through a double team. Found Dirksen inside Hudson. Hudson with the right hand is blocked, but a foul. And Macy Hudson will be at the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2.
This is a great dive cut there from Macy Hudson to get to the low block. Dirksen had a nice job to find her in rhythm. Missed the shot, but got hacked.
Big foul. It's on Abby Bryan, her first. Again, the leading scorer this season for Lincoln County. Hudson at the line is in and out on the first.
And we already saw the missed three on the other end for Lincoln County. That was a 3 from NBA range. You have the 2 lines, the college line, and then 2 feet inside of it is the high school line. Whoever can adjust to that quickest is going to have an early advantage.
Hudson hits, and it's a 1-0 lead for the Lady Cavaliers here in the state quarterfinals. 7 minutes to play in the first quarter. This Lincoln County team hit 10 threes when they met back in December. Here is Bragg on the right wing, throws top of the key. Inside, Tips, got it. Kick it back out and around to Tips again. She'll fire away the 3. That one off the mark. And Charlie Roby hauls in the rebound. She'll push the other way for the Lady Cavaliers. Gets to the middle of the court, backs it up. She got left alone, finds Callie Reeder right back to Roby. She'll fire it away from way downtown. Too strong, and that was that college 3 instead of the high school 3. She was even behind that college 3-point line. Lincoln County had the rebound. Petty all the way at the other end. Too strong off the window. And the Lady Cavaliers have numbers here, 5-on-4 as Petty's behind the play. Roby trying to drive inside, looking back out on the perimeter. Hudson's got it. She'll drive right baseline, dumps it down low to Reeder, trying to go up for the first time. She'll put it up, no. Trying to get her own rebound. She's got it, puts it back on the deck. Now back outside Hudson. She'll fire it away. Hudson connects from the right wing. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3, and the Lady Cavaliers on top 4-0.
Great 3 by Macy Hudson, but that's all the effort from Callie Reeder to get her own board and then kick it out.
Brown lost it. Roby got a hand on it, loose on the ground. Brown picks it back up, and Tips has it for Lincoln County. Around the perimeter it goes to Petty. She'll jab and drive, left baseline drive. A whistle and a foul called on the floor before the shot. And Macy Hudson is going to be hit with her first.
Charlie Roby's getting after it right now on the defensive end. You mentioned she got a hand on that one. Right on top of the ball, ripped it out of the hand as she went to spin. She's having to defend in the low block some. They're trying to isolate her, and she's holding her own.
5:45 to play first quarter. Lincoln County inbounds underneath their own basket. Bryant's got it, being guarded by Dirksen. Tries to drive in, lost her footing. It's loose on the ground. Reeder dives on it. The ball is loose. Dirksen now down to get it for the Lady Cavaliers. Saves it in.
She had her knee out.
She was out of bounds when she touched the basketball. So it would have been Lady Cavalier basketball on the break. Instead, it's a turnover back to Lincoln County. But still, a 4-0 lead, 5:35 to play here in the first.
There's a certain intensity level you have to have in these tournament games. Callie Reeder has it right now. Charlie Roby has it. Cookeville looks good early on here.
Tips on the perimeter left side, throws on the left wing, now back to Brown. Brown puts it on the deck, and she is their second leading scorer at 13 points per ball game. And again, that big 3 in Petty, Brown, and Bryan. Brown kicks in the corner. Bragg tries another 3. That one goes. Reagan Bragg knocks it down from the corner, and a big shot for Lincoln County to get the scoring started for them, 4-3. Hudson open at the other end. She's trying to answer. Off the back of the iron, no. And the long rebound in the hands of Tips for Lincoln County the other way. Grayson Tips throws ahead. Wide open is Bragg again. She hits again. Back-to-back triples for Reagan Bragg. And Lincoln County now on top by 2, 6-4.
First one was good ball movement. The second one is just Cookeville not getting back and picking up their assignments defensively. And that's why Jamie Gillis goes to Allie Gillis. She pretty much is only going to play defense today, but they need that.
Roby, a nice move inside, missed it after the spin move, got her own rebound, trying to go back up and puts it in off the window and down. Charlie Roby's first bucket of the day comes in the post, and we're tied up at 6 with 4:27 remaining in the first.
Audio only broadcast, Ginger, because nobody can video from the state tournament, but well, you got Jacob Vincent. He's telling you like you're in the building, I promise. So apologies, there's no video. There is no video. But we are here with audio.
We appreciate Sonja Brown for being our presenting sponsor today, making this broadcast possible. Brown inside is swatted by Reeder, and the Lady Cavaliers have the basketball. Here's Carolee Gilbert in transition, stops, now puts up the 17-foot jump shot, missed it short. A lot of contact underneath the basket between Petty and Dirksen. Lincoln County's got the rebound. This is Bryan, top of the key. Being guarded by Hudson. Dirksen from behind pokes it away, and Reeder's got the steal. Defensively, the Lady Cavaliers have been really solid early.
Just fell asleep on that 1-3. Other than that, nothing to do for Lincoln County. Really no breathing room at all.
Carolee Gilbert thought about flying up a deep one. That's pretty much the only place she shoots it from is deep. And I mean way deep. And she hits a lot of them. The best three-point shooter on the season. Here is Charlie Roby with the basketball, top of the key, looking right side for Gilbert. Gives it to her on the perimeter right side. Puts it on the deck with the right hand, being guarded by Bragg. Bit of a mismatch here for Gilbert. Drives on her, left hand off the window. No, Reeder right there. Trying to go back up. She is blocked. Dirksen's got the rebound again. Back out to Roby. They'll reset. Roby now on the drive. Off the window, no. And again, another rebound for the Cavaliers. Gilbert retry is no good. 3 straight tries don't go, and they come away empty with 3:02 to play here in the first quarter. We're all knotted up at 6 apiece.
But if you're Jamie Gillis, every look was good. You're getting after on the board. You just got to keep playing here.
Defensively, been solid. Again, like you said, really just that one that they let go. Petty inside, a spin move. May have traveled, but Callie Reeder got a block anyways. It's out of bounds, and it stays inside with Lincoln County. Allie Gillis is in for the first time. Again, did not play in that sectional round against Cleveland. She missed the second half against Lebanon. Macy Hudson, Callie Reeder check out. As Kendall McLeod is in there as well. The inbound to Petty, she missed it. And the rebound down to Dirksen, and then a foul whistled on Alyssa Petty, her first, team second.
And right now the attention turns on defense to Tanaya Dirksen. Callie Reeder goes out of the game. She's really dominated the paint through the opening 5 minutes of the contest. Tanaya's going to have to maintain that level of play inside because it's what's kept Cookeville right here in it with these rebounds.
Tied up at 6, 2:41 remaining here in the first quarter. McLeod and Gillis into the ball game for the Lady Cavaliers. Roby on the drive, right to the basket, left hand, no. And the rebound down to Lincoln County. They're letting the contact go here in this one. Very different from a couple of games we've seen so far in the Glass House.
Yeah, Cookeville's won for their last 9, but defensively they're holding strong. Lincoln County hadn't scored in 2.5 minutes.
Here's Grayson Tips with the basketball. We'll throw it top of the key. Bragg inside. Bryan at the elbow trying to drive on Gilbert. Nice spin move, and the foul called on the floor. Carolee Gilbert, a good foul because it would have been a wide open lay-in for Bryan at the basket. So Gilbert tagged with her first. It is the team second with 2:13 remaining here in the first. Tips is actually coming back in. That was Maddie Graham, who I mentioned, who was in for the first time. Petty comes out, 2:13 remaining here in the first quarter. Still knotted up at 6. Both teams struggling to score early on. Inbound inside to Graham. Can't get the lay-in to go, and Hudson the rebound for the Lady Cavaliers. Cookeville again the other way. McLeod across the timeline right side. Gives to Roby. Cuts inside. Backs it up on the perimeter top of the key. And will reset between the circles.
Dude, Allie Gillis is a gamer. She's out here with a cast on her hand. Now she has the basketball. I mean, the fact that she's playing is incredible.
I wouldn't imagine she'll be shooting a whole lot. We'll see. Roby inside, puts it up and in off the window and down. And Charlie Roby, her second bucket of the first half. Now back the other way, Molly Brown finds Bryan on the right wing and around the perimeter. Tips for an open look from outside. She connects. Grayson Tips from downtown, and Lincoln County on top by 1. 9-8 after 3 made threes here in the first. Not a great pass inside as they threw it up for Gillis. She was a little bit behind the play. She ends up committing a foul in the process.
And that was 6 points now for Lincoln County, essentially in transition. They almost feel like points off turnovers for Cookeville because they're getting back in transition, and then there's an extra pass to somebody who's wide open. That time, Hudson's playing help defense on the low block, and her man ends up leaking out to the other wing and burying the 3. So Lincoln County right now is very well scouted in those transition opportunities.
They're 3 for 5 from downtown, but 3 for 11 from the field. Bryan got wide open inside as Gillis hits the deck, and Abby Bryan has the first 2-point field goal for Lincoln County. They lead by 3. 11-8, 107 to play here in the first quarter. Cookeville with the basketball.
Yeah, she dumped Allie Gillis on her head is exactly how she got wide open in the low block, by the way.
Gillis has it here and then didn't throw a great pass, was looking for Reeder. Here comes Alyssa Petty now. Petty with the basketball for Lincoln County, driving in, throws it back out. Bryant's got it on the wing left side and around to Tips, who will reset. 48 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Tips has it on the right wing, trying to post up his Bryant inside. A deep three by Petty on the way. That one goes. My goodness, this team can shoot. 4 made threes in the first quarter for Lincoln County. Petty hits her first. It's 14-8 with 30 seconds remaining in the first quarter. Cookeville basketball.
Yeah, you mentioned they made 10 in the first meeting. They are on pace for 16.
Yeah. Carolee Gilbert on the drive, right hand high off the window, no. Callie Reeder, the offensive board, going back up, is swatted out of there by Petty. Here comes Bryan with the basketball for Lincoln County. In the middle of the paint, takes it inside, right hand, no. 10 seconds still for the Lady Cavaliers. Charlie Roby across the timeline, racing to the other side. She had it stripped free and out of bounds. It'll stay with Cookeville underneath with 5 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Macy Hudson is out, Allie Gillis is out, McLeod and Dirksen are back in. As the new sub checking in for Lincoln County as well, as they bring in Gracie Flynn off the bench for the first time. Inbound to Dirksen, handoff McLeod. 3 seconds here for the Lady Cavaliers. They don't realize it. McLeod trying to get it up is not going to do so. Our first quarter comes to a close. 14-8 in favor of Lincoln County. You're listening to the Class 4A State Quarterfinals presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team represents a dedicated group of individuals possessing a wealth of expertise in land and farm sales. They possess a range of resources at their disposal, all aimed at showcasing the innate qualities of each property. Call 931-559-9500 for more information or see their current listings at letsgorico.com. The Real Estate Collective Land and Farm Team is proud to support student athletes in our area and this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
How many letters?
5 letters.
Just think about, what am I doing right now?
Smile. Smile?
Uh-huh.
This is so easy.
Back here at the Glass House, quarter number 2 underway in the Class 4A State Quarterfinals. Lady Cavaliers trailing 14-8. Lincoln County hit 4 threes in that first quarter. Lady Cavaliers trying to get the offense going now. They're just 20% from the field, 3 for 15. Here is Carolee Gilbert with the basketball. She had it stripped free, taken away by Flynn. Flynn with the basketball, poked from behind by Dirksen, and the Lady Cavaliers have it back again. That's one thing they've done well, is create turnovers. Haven't been able to turn it into points, though. Carolee Gilbert, a shot fake, now drives inside, another shot fake, dumps it down low to Reeder, who puts it up and in for 2. What a play by Carolee Gilbert. Callie Reeder's got her first bucket of the day and makes it 14-10.
Froze both lines of defenders with the head fakes, one at the perimeter and then one in the mid-range, and Callie Reeder with a great back cut.
Lincoln County back with the basketball. Petty's got it top of the key. She just made a 3, now tries to drive on Reeder inside. Great defense by Reeder, but Petty got her own rebound, missed the putback, and a good box out that time by Reeder for the rebound. Lady Cavaliers basketball. This is Kendall McLeod with it. 6:57 to play here in the second quarter. Carolee Gilbert tries her first 3. That one goes. A Gary Maxwell Insurance 3 for Carolee. And it's 14-13, 6:47 to play in the second quarter.
Big time bucket by Carolee Gilbert. You can see she had a split second to think about it and then rained it through. Cookeville right back in the basketball game.
Molly Brown's got the basketball between the circles on the NT logo here at the Murphy Center. Working from left to right. She slips on the right wing. She may have kept her pivot foot. It looked like that right foot leaked out from underneath her. It was pretty darn close. Bryan driving on Dirksen. Dirksen taking the deep. Well, I guess she didn't take the contact straight up and commits a foul. So tonight, Dirksen picks up her first. And Abby Bryan is going to be at the line for 2 shots with 6:21 remaining here in the second quarter. First team foul on the Lady Cavaliers.
And honestly, I think if you're Cookeville, Lincoln County driving the lane while you don't have the most size in the world, that's better than them jacking threes and the way they shot in the first quarter. So think you'll take this one as opposed to another three-pointer going through.
Abby Bryan hit the first free throw, second one on the way, good again. She's got 4 points here in the first half. She is the only player that has scored that has not hit a three for Lincoln County here in the first quarter. 16-13, they lead by 3. Of course, Lincoln County, they were in 3A just a couple of years ago and normally played Upper Cumberland teams. If you'll remember, they lost to Livingston Academy in the region semifinals a few years ago on their run to the state tournament. Missed 3 by Roby. Rebound tipped around. Roby diving on the floor, and it goes out of bounds to Lincoln County. So pretty familiar with this Lincoln County team, or a lot of Upper Cumberland teams, but for the Lady Cavaliers, playing them in December was the first time since 2007.
Well, and they're about to get to know Lincoln County really well beginning next year.
Yes, they are. They'll be district opponents next year. Kendall McLeod, how about that post defense? Steps in front of Bryan and takes it away. Lady Cavalier basketball again in transition. Here's McLeod on the left wing. Fakes the three, drives in, trying to get it to Reeder on the block. Couldn't get it there. And around to Gilbert. Coach Gillis throws a 4 in the air. They'll reset. Carolee Gilbert with the basketball in her hands. Throws to McLeod in the middle of the paint, or in the middle of the floor. Down low Reeder overhead, and fortunately touches Petty's hands and out of bounds. And Cookeville fortunate to keep the basketball underneath with 5:28 remaining here in the second.
Callie Reeder had the basket side open, then went to adjust, and as she went to adjust, the pass came in. Fortunate that it got tipped by Lincoln County.
Here's the inbounds to Hudson. Now they throw it inside to Reeder. Reeder with the right hand. And an offensive foul is called on Callie Reeder for making a good move.
There's a sniper in the rafters.
Alyssa Petty, a good acting job.
Lee Harvey Oswald's in the building up there somewhere.
Draws the charge, and Callie Reeder picks up her first. Everybody that has picked up a foul for the Lady Cavaliers has won. 5 different players have won.
I mean, she almost went underneath the grandstands on that one. My goodness.
Here's Abby Bryan with the basketball. There's big minutes here for Kendall McLeod, who gets that defensive assignment, trying to get through the screen. Bryan misses the 3 on the top of the key, but a rebound by Bragg. Loose on the ground, and a fight for it. Cookeville comes up with it. Here comes Carolee Gilbert across the timeline. She's in transition, takes it down low, right hands, couldn't get it to go. Reeder's got the rebound, trying to go back up, and finds 2 points.
Callie Reeder's right at home in the glass house. 7 rebounds already, make it 8 after that last one. Gets the putback. She's playing really well.
Tournament MVP in this arena last year as a Pickett County Lady Bobcat, winning the 1A state title. Here is Petty now driving on Reeder for Lincoln County, and that's a nice move off the window and down for Alyssa Petty. It's the first field goal of the second quarter for Lincoln County. They're back up by 3, 4:28 remaining second quarter. Kendall McLeod has the basketball for Lincoln County. Will bounce it to Carolee Gilbert, who looks to the sideline, and Coach Gillis. And Charlie Roby will now come get in and set up the offense. She's being guarded by the Defensive Player of the Year in the District 9 4A, and tips on the drive. Roby left hand, no. But a foul is called, and guess what? Reeder had the offensive board again on the other side. She has been great early on the offensive glass. Foul whistled on Lincoln County. Is going on Alyssa Petty. That's her second, a big one for Lincoln County. She is their post player inside. Charlie Roby is at the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2 and hits the first.
And now, because of that second foul, that's a target. Go right after it if you're Callie Reeder in Cookeville. And right now, Callie Reeder and Coach Jamie Gillis having a conversation. You go right after her and try to get her third, and then you can really feast in the lane.
They really only go 2 deep into their bench with Maddie Graham and Gracie Flynn. Roby good on both free throws. And the Lady Cavaliers have made it a 1-point game, 18-17. Bryan sets up the offense for Lincoln County, moving from left to right. Tips around the perimeter to Graham, inside Petty in the paint. Petty poked from behind. Gilbert got a hand on the basketball. Now there's a scrum for it. Petty's got it again. Puts it up. No. Great defense by Callie Reeder again. Here comes Charlie Roby. Roby, free throw line, probing, left hand, lost it on the way up. She got her own rebound. Back out to Gilbert for a 3 try. Short no. Reeder, another offensive board. Trying to go back
another
up.
Flop.
And they called another offensive board or offensive foul on Callie Reeder. And again, it's just because she's bigger than the other player.
She got the rebound, turned, and she went down like a sack of potatoes, and they called her for her second. And now Callie Reeder's forced to take a seat. The officials, again, making bad calls in the state tournament. Again.
It was a little rough earlier against White County, especially in that fourth quarter.
Grown men taking stuff away from high school girls.
3:38 to play, second quarter, 18-17. The lead for Lincoln County. Molly Brown with the basketball for the Lady Falcons, being guarded closely by Roby. Throws to Bryan on the right wing, being guarded by McLeod. Gets a screen set, denies it, drives right side. And back towards the top of the key, switched off to Dirksen. Around to Bragg. Here's Brown with the basketball again. Right-hand dribble, drives inside on Roby. Roby got a hand on the basketball and a jump ball. Charlie Roby is so good. If you take it inside, you better not bring it near her arms because she's going to take it away. Lincoln County keeps it underneath after the jump ball. Gramble inbound on that right baseline side with 3:14 remaining here in the first half. Bryan's got the basketball on the inbounds. Being guarded tightly by Dirksen. Throws off to Brown. Lincoln County has struggled a little bit offensively here in this second quarter. Bryan now driving on Dirksen. Inside in the paint. Right hand, no. And the rebound down to Dirksen. 32% from the field is Lincoln County right now. Here is Carolee Gilbert, top of the key. She'll let it fly. In and out, no. Just hit the front side of the iron and couldn't quite fall. Bryan brings it across the timeline, right at the top of the key. Dirksen defensively on her, right in front. Now inside, Bryan tripped up and lost the basketball off the window. Macy Hudson the rebound.
She wanted a foul. She's lucky it wasn't a travel.
Here is Macy Hudson, drives it inside. Nobody picked her up. She'll put it up for two. Macy Hudson, the right-handed finish, and the Lady Cavaliers on top by one. 19-18 and a 30-second timeout taken by Lincoln County. Parents and caregivers, the best defense starts at home. Take a time out to talk with your youth about the dangers of substance misuse. Talk, they hear you. For important resources, including conversation tips, visit powerputnam.org. The Lady Cavaliers have retaken the lead. 2:26 to play here in the second quarter, 19-18. They're outscoring Lincoln County 11-4 in the second quarter.
And the stat that you love to see if you're Jamie Gillis, rebounds, 20 for Cookeville, 12 for Lincoln County. They have the ultimate equalizer, those three balls that went through in the first quarter, but they are dominating right now in the lane. They're getting after it on the glass, and that's a recipe for success. And the good news for Cookeville is it's continued after the two garbage calls against Callie Reeder.
2:26 to play here in the first half. And again, no Callie Reeder on the bench right now with two fouls. We saw Allie Gillis come in for a little bit. She has not entered since then. Here's Molly Brown now driving inside. She got an open lane and lays it up and in for two. Right past the defense. Charlie Roby kind of got caught up on one of her teammates. It couldn't quite stay in front. So a bucket puts Lincoln County back up by one. 2:07 remaining here in the second.
Those situations, Lincoln County's been really good. Striking after a score out of a timeout. They got a bunch of their points that way.
Coach Chad Tips able to draw up the play there for Lincoln County. Been with Lincoln County for quite some time and had a lot of success. This is their second straight appearance in the Glass House. They fell to Cleveland 60-44 in this round last year. Here's Carolee Gilbert with the basketball. Left-handed drive. We've got a whistle before the shot and an offensive foul going the other way. Called on the Lady Cavaliers.
It was a super late whistle, but Macy Hudson did clear out. There was a screen said it was a good screen, and then she went to clear out, and instead of just kind of backing into it, two arms went out, and that's going to be where the call comes in. But, man, it was a late whistle.
Well, Macy Hudson picks up her second. That'll send Lily McCarter to the scores table for the first time. Lincoln County back with the basketball. 1:35 to play here in the first half. Inside pass for Brown in the paint. Turnaround, puts it up, and a foul whistled on Charlie Roby. And I promise you, Charlie Roby hit the basketball. But Charlie Roby now picks up her first. Molly Brown will be at the free throw line with 1:29 remaining here in the second quarter. And Lincoln County a 1-point lead.
Just keep playing. This is a big 90 seconds to end the second quarter. See if you can get a lead. As the first free throw misses, if you can get that lead, feel really good. If not, just keep it real tight heading into the break.
The big three for Lincoln County in the postseason is averaging 50 points. I beg your pardon, 44 points between those three players in Petty, Brown, and Bryan. And the second free throw good for Brown. Lily McCarter in for the first time today. It is it is Roby, McLeod, Dirksen, McCarter, and Gilbert, the five on the floor right now. No Allie Gillis, no Callie Reeder, no Macy Hudson. A foul whistled on Molly Brown up top. It's her first.
Just the second team foul.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple touch calls coming in here quickly on Lincoln County.
5-2 in that category with 1:18 remaining here in the second quarter. In a 2-point ball game, Lincoln County leading 21-19. Charlie Roby out near the half-court line on the inbound, sets up the offense, throws to Dirksen. Back to Roby on the right wing. She'll fire up the three. Roby connects from the right side. It's another Gary Maxwell Insurance three. And Charlie Roby leading the Lady Cavaliers in scoring with 9 in the first half. 22-21 they lead. At the other end, Brown stripped by Roby. Out of bounds.
No chance.
I don't know how that's off of Charlie Roby, but that's what they say.
She packed the ball and then she regathered and shot, and they gave it to Lincoln County. These dudes stink. There's your hard-hitting analysis of the day.
And then it travels, so Cookeville will get the basketball back with 53 seconds to play here in the second quarter and a 1-point lead, 22-21. Again, they trailed after the first 14-8. 4 made threes in the first quarter for Lincoln County. They've only got 2 made field goals here in the second, and both of them twos.
They bet the Cookeville Lady Cavalier defense.
Carolee Gilbert gets hammered on the way to the basket, and she's going to be at the free throw line. And Coach Tips not happy about the call,
no,
or maybe he's talking. He's talking to Grayson Tips.
That'd be a level of of fan goggles I don't think I've ever seen, because she definitely got her money's worth on that one.
And
with Carolee Gilbert.
She is the Defensive Player of the Year in 9-4A this year. Picks up her first foul, and Carolee Gilbert at the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2 with 42.9 seconds. And that's a miss from Carolee that you normally don't see too often. Misses off the left side of the iron.
And she is so quick that once she gets that step on you feel like you have to make contact or you're not going to catch her, because you do.
Second free throw from Gilbert on the way. That one is more reminiscent of what she's done here in the postseason. Entering this game 26 for 29 over the last 4. 40 seconds remaining in the second quarter, and the Lady Cavs up by 2, 23-21. Here's Brown with the basketball for Lincoln County. Gives to Bryan on the right wing. Back to Brown, top of the key, being guarded by Roby. Down to 30 seconds to play here in the half. Bryan on the drive. McLeod got a hand on the basketball, and again, that should probably be Lady Cavalier ball, but it's going to stay with Lincoln County underneath.
Definitely went off her knee.
Great defense by Kendall McLeod to swipe down on the basketball. She's been really, really good off the bench. Throwing it in late, Flynn got it to Brown up top. 25 seconds remaining here in the second. Over to Tips on the left wing. Tips putting it on the deck with the right hand. Now she's in some trouble looking for help. Trying to hand it. That's a double dribble. She put it on the deck again. And a turnover by Lincoln County will give the basketball back to the Lady Cavaliers. Stoppage.
You remember when Sam Darnold said he was seeing ghosts? Right now Lincoln County's seeing ghosts defensively.
What?
They believe, I think, that McCarter is a sub. She's not.
No, she's been in for the last few minutes.
Throw the ball in.
13 seconds remaining. It is Lady Cavalier basketball. They lead by 2, 23-21. Down to 8 seconds. Carolee Gilbert's got it. 6 seconds. She drives inside. Gilbert to the basket. Left hand is down and good. Lincoln County basketball with 2 seconds the other way. Brown from beyond half court. Off the mark, and the Lady Cavaliers a great second quarter. They lead by 4, 25-21 here in the Class 4A state quarterfinals. You're listening to it on UCR, presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. We're back after this.
What if opportunity was all in a day's work?
We find new ways to make vacation dreams a reality. And that inspires me to do my best work every single day.
What if you can make a real impact in people's lives with a team that cares?
What I do matters, not just for guests, but for my team. We rely on each other each and every day.
What if your work inspired fun and moved people?
We put the world on vacation. Our job is to make people happy. Inspiring travelers around the world to live their best lives never stops being fulfilling.
At Travel and Leisure, what if can be what is. Stop wondering. Join the travel movement and start a career where memories start with you.
Tee Up is the Upper Cumberland's brand new indoor golfing experience. With 3 state-of-the-art simulators, you can work on some of the world's best courses, all in the comfort of their climate-controlled facility. You want to know how you can improve? See everything from club speed to spin rate in seconds. Conveniently located at 141 4th Street in Baxter. Stop in. Visit them online at teupgolfclub.com or call them at 931-559-GOLF to reserve your simulator today. Tee Up is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. The Crouch team with Highlands Elite Real Estate proudly presents this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5-bathroom home located just south of Cookeville. Boasting 2,700 square feet and a 2-car garage, this home features a very open floor plan with hardwood floors. You'll find great custom touches throughout, including a welcoming covered porch. For more information, visit chadandamycrouch.com or call 931-979-1191 for more information. Watson Chevrolet is proud to present the area's best selection of new and pre-owned cars, trucks, and SUVs. Watson Chevy's staff of experts are ready to get you into your next vehicle with unmatched service and knowledge. Stop in at 2350 Cookeville Highway and test drive the all-new Chevy Trax or Silverado today. And remember, don't buy till you see Jason Fye. Watson Chevy is proud to be the presenting sponsor of the UCR Media Network.
The Quality Family, a local company supporting and caring for our local communities. The Quality Family offers services to get you back to the game. From bracing to oxygen and everything in between, we can meet your medical equipment needs with Buckeye Home Medical Equipment. If you have an in-home need for strength and conditioning, for example after a surgery or injury, Quality Home Health is available to provide individualized care while you are on the mend. For those with end-of-life diseases, Quality Hospice is available to provide nurturing care during those difficult times. Choose the Quality family of services for care within your community. Visit thequalityfamily.com to navigate all we have to offer you. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to support student athletes and athletic departments throughout the Upper Cumberland. They're also proud to sponsor the Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the Game on this broadcast. From trophies to t-shirts, they can do it all. Stop by and see them at 120 Circle Drive in Allgood or give them a call at 931-537-9559. Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing is proud to sponsor this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
We're back here at the Glass House. It is halftime. Welcome into the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. My name's Jacob Vincent. We've got Noah McKay. We've got Madison McKay here on Media Row at the Glass House in the Murphy Center. And it's a 25-21 lead for the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers over Lincoln County here in the Class 4A state quarterfinals. They trailed after the first quarter 14-8. And then outscored Lincoln County in the second 17-7. Went on a 6-0 run to end the first half of the last 112 and made 3 of their last 3 shots.
Yeah, they finished great, and really the difference was the defensive effort in the second quarter. They did a great job closing out on shooters and not really even allowing Lincoln County to feel comfortable to take a 3. They started to really just feel at home behind the arc in the first quarter, and then it becomes an avalanche. You hit 4 shots, it's worth 12 points, and you just find yourself clawing uphill. They answered back early in the second quarter, turned it into a little bit of a dogfight back and forth, went on that 6-0 run, and now they feel good into the halftime locker room, but still certainly anybody's game. Right now, getting Callie Reeder back onto the floor will be huge. They protected her by taking her out with only the 2 fouls. She hadn't picked up her 3rd, so she can go in and be aggressive again. Made a huge impact, and if Cookeville could continue to take good shots, they're going to have a great chance to win this basketball game.
They're only 35% from the field, but they went 6 for 11 in that second quarter, 55%. It was really, really not great in that first quarter. Conversely, for Lincoln County, they shot the ball pretty well in that first quarter, hitting 4 threes in the first. They only had 2 field goals in the second quarter, and they were both 2s.
And they only attempted 1 3 in the second quarter. So you feel like, oh, no, they're going to make 23s in this game. Well, maybe not, because Cookeville was able to defend really well. And they got good minutes off the bench there. They tried Allie Gillis. She was gutting it out there with that injury. But Lily McCarter came in and played good minutes. Kendall McLeod played really well in that first half as well. So not everybody's scoring, but they're playing well on the defensive end. And then you saw Carrie Lee Gilbert step out and hit a big 3. Charlie Roby hits a big 3. So they're getting the production that they need. And, you know, we were talking with Goose as he came over here. He's, of course, doing content for the website. And this is kind of what Cookeville's been right now. It's not the prettiest thing in the world, but you know why it is? They're winning basketball games, and they're up right now in the quarterfinals of the state tournament.
It's because of the defense. That's been this whole run they've been on, beating Blackman, Lebanon, and Cleveland. 3 very good basketball teams. They're taking on another one in Lincoln County. The big 3 for Lincoln County in the first half, in Alyssa Petty, Molly Brown, and Abby Bryan, all playing at the next level at Union and then Bryan College. In those 3, they've been averaging 40 points per game between the 3 in the postseason. They've got 12 right now at halftime. They've done a great job on them defensively, that being the Lady Cavaliers. You mentioned Callie Reeder only played 11 minutes. She's got 4 points, 8 rebounds, and 2 blocks, and 5 of those rebounds are offensive boards. She has been dominating the offensive glass so far, but limited with those 2 fouls. Leading scorers for both sides, 9 points for Charlie Roby to lead the way. Carolee Gilbert and Macy Hudson each have 6 and 4 for Callie Reeder. On the other side for Lincoln County, Reagan Bragg has 6. She had 2 threes in the first quarter. 5 points for Alyssa Petty, 4 for Abby Bryan. Molly Brown has 3, and 3 for Grayson Tips. Our halftime score, 25-21. Cookeville on top by 4 here in the Class 4A state quarterfinals. We're going to take a break. When we come back, second half is on the other side. This is the Happy Hiller Halftime Show. Visit happyhiller.com for all your heating, cooling, plumbing, and electrical problems today. That's happyhiller.com. Back after this.
Fire and Vine in Cookeville is the Upper Cumberland's home for delicious Chicago-style pizza, beef, chicken, fish, and more. Located in Cookeville's historic downtown district, Fire and Vine's food and atmosphere will keep you coming back for more. Take in stunning views with the UCR team on Tuesday nights at 7, live for the UCR Coaches Show from the rooftop. Fire and Vine is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Loading the kids in the car, brokering peace in the back seat, mastering the snack handoff without even looking. Why are simple things sometimes so complicated? Thankfully, with auto owners, insurance doesn't have to be one of them. We work with independent agents who keep insurance simple, so you can worry about more important things, like figuring out what's growing in that cup holder. That's simple human sense.
Visit swallowsinsurance.com or call us today, 931-526-4025. Protecting your future, it's what we do. Discover this stylish and modern 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom home with an open split bedroom floor plan designed for comfort and convenience. With 3,318 square feet under one roof, plus a bonus room over the garage and 1,400 square foot basement. Located in the Brookstone subdivision, this home is just minutes from Cookeville. The builder is also offering up to 3% in closing cost assistance. Call Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate at 931-979-7145.
Our game today presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. We appreciate Sonja Brown. Make sure you call 931-979-7145 or 931-526-9881. And she'll get you squared away with all of your real estate needs. And she has been huge to us at UCR, and we very much appreciate her for making this broadcast possible today.
I love Sonja Brown. I truly love Sonja Brown. She has been a sensational partner with us here at UCR for years, as long as I've been at UCR, and I just cannot thank her enough for her sponsorship, and you all should as well. And you have real estate goals in mind, Sonja Brown is a great place to start. We appreciate it, and let's get back to action here.
Underway here in the second half. Lady Cavaliers moving from left to right as you listen and visualize this contest. The Stars back out there for Cookeville. That does mean Callie Reeder and Macy Hudson back on the floor. Gilbert driving, and it's going to be fouled by Molly Brown, who picks up her second foul. And Carolee Gilbert back to the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And I wonder how many times I've said that here in the postseason. She has been living at the free throw line here in the postseason.
Well, and she gets that first step. And again, she just has the advantage over you. And the only thing you can do is put two hands on her and try to disrupt and hope what just happens, which is she missed the free throw.
And she does not miss too many. I mentioned it, 26 for 29 coming in here to this ball game over the last 4. She misses that first one, now 1 for 3.
Weird things happen in the Murphy Center when you're shooting.
She hits the second, though, and has 7 points in the contest. And the Lady Cavaliers strike first in the second half, up by 5, 26-21. Again, it's Charlie Roby, Macy Hudson, Tanaya Dirksen, Callie Reeder, and Carolee Gilbert, the 5 on the floor to start the second half. Petty deep in the paint, up over Reeder. No, Reeder staying straight up. Great defense. Here's Carolee Gilbert now pushing the other way. Gilbert trying to go inside, cut off by Bragg, backs it up. Dirksen's got it top of the key. She'll try to drive now on tips and back out to Charlie Roby. 30 seconds into this third quarter.
Tanaya Dirksen went into tips and knocked
her head
the air out of her. That was a stiff shot. That's the Oklahoma drill right there.
Here is Dirksen with the basketball around to Hudson on the left wing. Looks inside, hands off to Carolee Gilbert. Gilbert will get a screen from Reeder. Pass fake, goes up with the right. Can't get the finish, but is going to be put at the line for 2 more.
All right, I'll be equal opportunity. I think the sniper changed rafters on that one a little bit. Down on Carolee.
That one's going on Alyssa Petty. That's her third. That's a big foul for Lincoln County.
But I'm not here for Lincoln County, so good call, Stripes.
There's a fan in the Cookeville section, by the way, who is Carolee Gilbert hits the first from the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. He is dressed as an official. He has sunglasses on, and he also has a stick as if he is blind. It's quite hysterical.
my favorite thing that's ever actually happened.
He's sitting right behind the
next
Cookeville
to the
bench.
guy who I haven't seen him yet this year. I don't know if his team's not here.
Oh, that's right.
That wears
Loretto.
the net around. Oh, Loretto is here. I just wasn't here yesterday when they played. Who wears the net around his neck at all times as a necklace.
2 good free throws by Carolee Gilbert, and the Lady Cavaliers up by 7 now. 6:50 to play, third quarter. Here's Molly Brown, top of the key. Being guarded by Roby, hands off to Petty. Petty finds Tips. Tips brings it around the perimeter. Now Bragg with the basketball. A little 3-man weave action on the top of the perimeter for the Lincoln County Lady Falcons, and they cannot get a shot off, and the Lady Cavalier fans are loving it. Petty inside, lost the basketball. Got it back underneath the basket. Now kicks it back out on the perimeter. 3 by Tips on the way. Won't go. And the rebound down to Carolee Gilbert.
Get out and go, Carolee.
Here come the Lady Cavaliers. Carolee Gilbert is racing ahead. She's got it on the perimeter left side. Now driving baseline. May have gotten away with the travel. Off to Dirksen for 3. It won't go. Hit the back of the iron, front of the iron, and then fell out. 6:12 to play, third quarter. Molly Brown with the basketball. This pace has quickened a little bit here in this third frame. Petty tries a 3 for Lincoln County. That one's off the mark. And after knocking down 4 in that first quarter, they have not hit any. Here's Charlie Roby. Carolee Gilbert fakes the 3, puts it on the deck. 5:55 to go, third quarter. 7-point lead for the Lady Cavaliers. And again, the Lady Cavaliers have been here 3 out of 4 years. They've not lost in the quarterfinals in that stretch.
Little zone here for Lincoln County defensively.
Here is Roby inside to Reeder. Reeder backs down Petty, trying to get around her, and lost the basketball. Turned it over. And remember that sun a couple of years ago against Blackman? Well, it's back. There's a couple of panes in the glass that don't have tint on them, and it's letting some of the sun through. Molly Brown finishes the turnaround jumper inside for Lincoln County, and they cut it down to a 5-point game, 28-23. I mentioned that sun. It's shining right down on that right block of offense for Cookeville right now. Here's Tania Dirksen, top of the key, with the basketball against the Lincoln County defense. 5:07 to play, third quarter. Dangerous pass, sends it with the hands of Carolee Gilbert. Here's Roby. Very methodical on offense. Hudson, kick out Dirksen. Another 3 on the way. That one no good. Rebound, tipped around on the deck. Carolee Gilbert's got it. Players hitting the deck. Carolee Gilbert diving on the floor. Bryan on the floor, and we've got a jump ball, and it's going to Lincoln County.
I think Macy Hudson got away with a foul, and then I think Lincoln County got away with a foul on Carolee Gilbert, and the end result is what it would have originally been, which is Lincoln County basketball.
So not great rhythm here in this second half so far, but the Lady Cavaliers still have a 5-point lead, 28-23, 4:50 remaining in the third. It is Lincoln County basketball. Molly Brown brings it head across the timeline left side. Gets a screen from Petty, uses it going right side. Hands off to Tips, now Bryan with it, top of the key. She tried to give it to Bragg, mishandled it, got it back. Here's Petty again with the basketball. Top of the key, she'll let a 3 fly. Petty off the mark, and the rebound, long rebound, tipped around. Roby's got it. Here come the Lady Cavaliers, and they've got numbers. Charlie Roby, top of the key, spin move, drives inside, lost it on the way up, trying to get her own rebound, and it's into the hands of Lincoln County. They throw it ahead to Petty, one-on-one with Kendall McLeod, and she traveled. Or not. Wow, that's, I didn't know you could step all the way from the elbow down to the block.
Can't with these dudes.
Here's Carolee Gilbert down with the basketball. I mean, that was...
Hey, you know what? I was having trouble a couple years ago messing up names and numbers, and I went to the eye doctor, and they gave me these glasses, and now I can see better. I can refer them. We'll be all right.
I mean, from the elbow to the block, no dribble, and not called for a travel.
I'm sure they're nice guys.
Here's Charlie Roby with the basketball. Cookeville leads by 5. 3:49 to play, third quarter. Low-scoring affair in this third frame. It's just 3-2 in favor of Cookeville. Here's Reeder inside. Spins around. Left hand is blocked by Petty and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Lady Cavaliers. 3:39 to go, third quarter. Lady Cavaliers have made one sub as Kendall McLeod is checked in for Macy Hudson, who is on the bench right now, taking a rest. Inbound to Reeder, top of the key. Backdoor cut by Roby. Couldn't get it to her. Now Carolee Gilbert's got it.
Oh, do it. Do it.
Well, she knocks it down quite consistently from out there, but they're up by 5. And as you know, the Lady Cavaliers very content with running a lot of the clock down if they've got a lead. It's worked a lot for them this season. Here's Charlie Roby now driving on Tips. Roby to the basket. Right hand, no. And the rebound pulled down by Petty. Reeder got a hand in there again, but they've done a much better job of boxing out Callie Reeder. Here's Petty now.
Again a travel.
Right to the basket. And another travel let go. And she puts it up and in for 2. Carolee Gilbert across the timeline now for the Lady Cavaliers in a 3-point game, 28-25. 3 minutes remaining, third quarter.
Cookeville needs somebody to hit a shot.
Roby barking out instructions against the Lincoln County defense. They're in a zone now as well, so they've switched to that, trying to slow down this Cookeville offense. Into the corner, Carolee Gilbert open for a 3. Gilbert knocks it in. She breaks the 4-minute scoring drought, and Carolee Gilbert's got the first field goal of the second half. It's a Gary Maxwell Insurance 3. Molly Brown with the basketball now for Lincoln County. Cookeville back up by 6, 31-25. 2:30 to go, third quarter. Brown to the basket, left hand, no. Roby the rebound. They've got Carolee Gilbert out ahead. Gilbert by herself. Petty tracking down. Gilbert for 2.
Charlie Roby, Carolee Gilbert, the two-man game. Get out and run. Nobody's staying with them.
Biggest lead of the ball game by 8. Brown a 3. Won't go in and out. Good box out by McLeod, and that's going to be the 4th foul on Alyssa Petty, trying to go for the rebound on Kendall McLeod. That is huge.
And you know what that is, Jacob Vincent? That's Callie Reeder's music with her getting into foul trouble. Time for Callie Reeder to go to work. Cookeville with the advantage, and it is beyond timeout time for the Lincoln County Lady Falcons.
30-second timeout taken by the Lady Falcons of Lincoln County. 2:11 to play here in the third quarter, and the Lady Cavaliers up by 8, 33-25. And Carolee Gilbert has all 8 points here in the third quarter for Cookeville so far.
Yeah, she's been sensational. They needed a bucket. It was a long time without one. Cashes in the 3, then gets out and runs. She runs that fast break so well out in front, gets the dish, and lays it in as well.
Almost every single game, especially here in the postseason, and really throughout the regular season, Carolee Gilbert's been the second leading scorer and now is the leading scorer with Allie Gillis missing the last couple of games. But even with that, she doesn't score in the first quarter. Normally does not score in the first quarter. Gets a lot of her damage done in the second and third quarters and has her damage done here. Out of the timeout, it will be Cookeville basketball. Coverage coming to the website afterwards. Goose is out here today. He's getting photos, video. We'll have, of course, the highlight video coming up. And the comments from coaches and players coming up after the game, win or lose. Coverage of the White County game on our website right now, uppercumberlandreporter.com. Cookeville basketball, 1:56 remaining here in the third quarter. It's 33-25. Jacob Vincent, Noah McKay, Madison McKay with you here on Media Row at the Glass House. Charlie Roby's got it, top of the key. She drives in, out to Gilbert. Left wing 3 on the way.
Boom!
Gilbert hits again! Gary Maxwell Insurance 3 for Carolee. She's got 11 in the quarter, and it's 36-25 Cookeville.
Kara Lee Gilbert shooting the lights out of the Murphy Center.
90 seconds to play here in the third. Lincoln County basketball. Bragg's got it on the left wing, finds Bryan top of the key. Bryan stutters, now flies it. Missed the 3 short, and the rebound down to Tanaya Dirksen. Lincoln County has gone ice cold ever since the first quarter. They are now shooting south of 30% on the ball game. Tanaya Dirksen with the basketball. 1:05 to play here in the third frame. It's an 11-point lead for the Lady Cavaliers of Cookeville. Biggest lead of the ball game after the Carolee Gilbert 3. And now they're going into their 5 wide and trying to draw down all of this clock in the third. McLeod drives in, pulls it back out.
Time for Carolee Gilbert to put a dagger in. One more shot. Give them a 13 or 14-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. Start to feel really good.
All 5 players above the free throw line. Now McLeod drives, tried to throw it up, and had it blocked away by Reagan Bragg. Here comes Abby Bryan with Lincoln County. 35 seconds to play in the third. Bryan picked up by McLeod again. Now drives inside, spins around. She traveled. I mean, just switched her pivot feet and everything, and it's right in front of the official.
4 points in this quarter directly off of travels by Lincoln County.
36-27. Dirksen's got it on the right wing. 19 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Cookeville with the basketball again after the travel in the bucket by Abby Bryan. Charlie Roby out near the half-court line. 10 seconds now in the third quarter. Up by 9. Roby letting that clock run. 5 seconds, she drives. Roby left lane side, spins to the right hand, and down for 2. Threw it up off the back of the iron and got it to fall. Charlie Roby into double figures, and the Lady Cavaliers lead by 11 in the Class 4A state quarterfinals. It's 38-27. You're listening to the Lady Cavalier basketball in the Glass House, presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Livingston Regional Hospital is Livingston's hometown hospital. Located at 315 Oak Street, Livingston Regional Hospital provides compassionate, quality care for all patients from local people you can trust, so you can count on them to treat you like family. Their excellent staff offers years of experience and training to meet the needs of all patients. They understand the importance of providing care in a professional and comforting manner. They're proud to partner with Livingston Academy Athletics through the LRH Sports Medicine Team. Livingston Regional Hospital is a proud sponsor of this broadcast on the UCR Media Network. Proudly introducing Upper Cumberland Generators for all your home power solutions. Locally owned and operated, Upper Cumberland Generators are here to make sure you have peace of mind no matter the situation. with new and reliable generators. Call 931-265-1702 for more information or to order yours today. Upper Cumberland Generators is proud to support this broadcast on the UCR Media Network.
Lady Cavaliers start off with the basketball first in the fourth quarter, moving from left to right. Carolee Gilbert trying to get loose from Miley Brown, able to do so, and will set up the offense here. They lead by 11, 38-27. Gilbert inside, stops, and back out to Hudson. It was a big third quarter for the Lady Cavaliers, and namely Carolee Gilbert, as they outscored Lincoln County 13-6 and have their biggest lead of the day at 11. Carolee Gilbert with 11 in the quarter. She's got 17 on the ball game. Here's Carolee Gilbert. Past a couple defenders out to Roby. She fakes a three, drives inside, sidesteps a defender, and puts it in for two.
She tried to flop, and Charlie just went all the way around her with no contact and laid it in.
Charlie Roby, 13 points. It's a 13-point lead for the Lady Cavaliers.
I know you saw it, Jacob. She tried to lead back to flop, and Charlie didn't touch her.
Lincoln County needs some points. Bryan from way downtown and way off the mark and out of bounds. Again, they hit 4 threes in the first quarter and have not hit any since. They have missed 9 in a row.
These two guards, Carolee Gilbert and Charlie Roby, 30 combined points between the two of them, and they have been absolute dogs on the defensive end in this game. I mean, they are playing sensationally in this state tournament.
Here's Callie Reeder after Cookeville easily breaks the press of Lincoln County, up by 13, and you're going to see a lot of passing, a lot of ball movement, and not a lot of shots here in this fourth quarter from the Lady Cavaliers, unless it's an easy one.
This is where you want a perfect shot.
Yes.
You're not looking for anything other than a perfect shot. You don't have to kill the clock. If you find a great shot in 5 seconds, perfect. But if it takes you 2.5 minutes, even better.
They went to a couple of high screens, and they're just going to reset and run it again. Callie Reeder standing at the right elbow. Dirksen has the basketball in her hands, and a whistle and a timeout taken by Cookeville. Full timeout on the floor by the Lady Cavaliers. We'll keep it right here with 6:35 to play in the fourth quarter. Lady Cavs up by 13. Parents and caregivers, the best defense starts at home. Take a timeout to talk with your youth about the dangers of substance misuse. Talk, they hear you. For important resources, including conversation tips, visit powerofputnam.org. We appreciate everyone who has tuned in for this audio-only broadcast today. We hope you're enjoying it. It's presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate. If you haven't done so already, please like the stream, whether it's on YouTube or Facebook. You can also comment along. Let us know where you're watching from and who you're cheering for. And if you're on Facebook, make sure you hit that share button as well. Let everyone out there know that you're listening to Lady Cavalier basketball in the girls' Class 4A state quarterfinals. They're up by 13 right now, 40-27. You win this game, you play Bartlett in the semifinals. They had to come back and beat Oak Ridge. They were trailing all game long, down by as many as 10 in the third quarter, and ended up winning by 2 on a bucket inside with about 15 seconds to play.
And Bartlett is gigantic, and we'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Lincoln County didn't realize there was a full timeout, and Coach Tips apparently was told it was a 30-second timeout.
And you know what? I fully believe he was told it was a 30-second timeout.
He is adamant that he was told it was a 30-second.
We have heard things in between quarters. This is a crew who was not ready for this state tournament, even a little bit. And Cookeville doesn't care. They're rolling right now, but they got to continue to play well.
Well, Cookeville's got the basketball out of the timeout from left to right on, as you listen and visualize, 6:20 remaining here in the contest. Macy Hudson with the basketball being guarded tightly by Bryan. Bryan gets the basketball away from her, now tries to drive inside. Bryan up and missed it. And it's out of bounds. It's going to go to Lincoln County underneath. Abby Bryan, 18 points per game, has 7 tonight, and is 3 for 13 from the field.
It's been this Cookeville defense. They have not relented in any way, shape, or form.
Inbound to Bryan on the left wing, driving on Dirksen, pushed off, put it up, missed it short. And the rebound knocked around into the hands of Carolee Gilbert, and then she will be fouled by Grayson Tips. So the second foul called on Grayson Tips. Lincoln County picks up their first of the fourth quarter. And Coach Chad Tips giving it to the officials right now with a lot of contact underneath.
You know, in his defense, it's a good thing I'm not a coach, because I had been thrown out of so many ball games. I mean, especially in one like today, I would have been so thrown out of here. They would have taught me out of here in cuffs.
Lady Cavaliers have it again. Gilbert to the basket. Missed the lay-in with the right hand from the left side. Rebound down to Lincoln County. Abby Bryan's got it. 5:47 remaining here in the ball game. It's a 13-point lead for Cookeville. Petty back into the ball game playing with 4 fouls. She traveled again, but a foul was called on Callie Reeder instead.
a hand check is called when Callie Reeder has her hands both
up in the air.
In the air, showing to the official, and they called it a shooting foul.
Yeah, no, it's been poor. Alyssa Petty's at the line for 2 shots. She makes the first. What's not been poor is the defensive pressure from the Lady Cavaliers today. Only 28 points allowed in the ball game with 5:40 remaining here in the fourth. This is a Lincoln County offense that's been scoring 50 points per game on offense in the postseason. Petty misses the second. She sits with 8 points right now. It's a 12-point lead for the Lady Cavaliers. Dirksen throws ahead to Charlie Roby. Roby in the paint will bring it back out top. 5:30 remaining here in the fourth. Cookeville trying to win and get back into the semifinals and take on Bartlett in that semifinal round. They've been here 3 out of the last 4 years, but they have lost 2 years prior in the semifinals. Here is Carolee Gilbert with a basketball. 5:12 to go, and again, Cookeville just wasting time away. They're counting, and Grayson Tips is nowhere close to Carolee Gilbert. Here's Reeder with it. Hands off Roby. Bounce it outside to Dirksen. She'll drive in and right back out to Kendall McLeod. 4:58 remaining here in the contest. Now Gilbert driving. Gilbert to the basket, right hand, no. Rebound by McLeod, and nothing? Okay, back the other way. Petty with the basketball for Lincoln County. She'll put it up, missed it. And the rebound to Charlie Roby. Here come the Lady Cavaliers once more. Carolee Gilbert is going to be bumped, and again, no whistle, and the ball goes out of bounds, and I don't even know what is a foul at this point. No one in this gym knows what's a foul at this point.
I appreciate that the crews are not set crews, like they've never repped with each other typically. So I get that you can get one. Earlier we had one. The fact that we just got lucky enough that all 3 got this game. I mean, how lucky are we that we have taken on the brunt of this so these other teams don't have to deal with this stupidity?
Petty inside, and a foul called on Callie Reeder. Petty puts it up and in for 2. She'll be at the line for 1. That's the 4th foul called on Reeder. Petty will be at the line to try to complete a 3-point play.
Once
it's
again,
a 10-point game, 40-30 with 4:24 to go.
For the egregious mistake of standing with her hands up in the low block, Callie Reeder picks up her 4th foul.
She's played really well today, especially defensively. And Petty will be at the line for 1 with 4:24 remaining here in the fourth. And the free throw good for Petty.
Cookeville needs to be careful here. They had a double-digit lead. Now it's down to single digits. Still 4:24 to go. That pressure about to ratchet up. They started turning it over, and they started taking quick shots. They need to get back into playing their game and taking better shots.
Petty's been the only offense in the fourth quarter. She comes out. She does have 4 fouls on her. 4:21 to go. It's a 9-point game, and Charlie Roby turns it over. Molly Brown inside had it stripped free by Charlie Roby. It's a jump ball, and it's going to stay inside underneath with Lincoln County. Charlie Roby is so good at it. If you bring it down low, it's getting taken away. You just can't do it. Lincoln County basketball down by 9, 4:14 to play here in the quarterfinals. Brown, a step side 3, no good, out of bounds. Cookeville basketball. 4:07 to go, but like you said, now they got to deal with that pressure. Charlie Roby just turned it over, a rare turnover, I will say.
They've defended the 3 ball so much better after that first quarter.
Yeah.
No free shots. Everything's had a hand in the face, and it's shown in the stat sheet.
Again, they knocked down 4 in the first quarter, none since. Cookeville got it across the timeline. Under 4 to play. Gilbert gives around to Dirksen. Cookeville still wasting that clock away. And if they get an open look, they'll take it. But they're just trying to make good passes and draw some of that clock down, maybe get fouled as well.
Oh, great cut from Charlie Roby, and McLeod didn't see her. Would have been an easy 2. Cookeville keeps the ball, though.
3:35 to go in the ball game. Hudson dribbling out near the half-court line, being guarded by Bryan. And there is a foul called on Abby Bryan. That is her 2nd foul, and for Lincoln County, that'll be their team's 2nd foul. Had to wait a second. Didn't know if they put it up early or not. So it is the team's 2nd with 3:30 to go. Roby driving in. There's quickly another one called on Maddie Graham. So now team's 3rd. That's Maddie Graham's 1st. 3:28 remaining, and again, Cookeville just trying to draw this clock down. They're up by 9, 40-31. Inbound to Carolee Gilbert. She's fouled by Molly Brown. 3rd foul on Brown, and the 4th team foul on Lincoln County, and it's a Cookeville team that they shoot at about 70% as a team at the line.
And Lincoln County's not trying to foul here. They're trying to force a turnover, but the officials are having a very quick whistle to them right now.
Shirley Gilbert with the basketball. 3:20 remaining. Dangerous pass. Macy Hudson's got it. Yeah, that one
That's a foul. That's a foul.
And then the push by Tips. Finally, they get the call. It's the third on Grayson Tips. And it's going to put Kendall McLeod at the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line for 2 with 3:16 remaining here in the fourth.
I got a whistle on my car. I'll be right back. I got this. No worries.
Cookeville hasn't scored for the last 4 minutes and 16 seconds, but they only led by 13 at that point. They're still up by 9. McLeod misses the free throw.
And now 7 of 11 at the line, so just about 63%. You can live with one miss when you have a 9-point lead, but you need to leave every time you're at the stripe with a point or two. And I think Charlie Roby may have a little blood, so they're going to get her taped up there on the sideline around the left wrist. As long as you continue to add a little bit of separation, you got to continue to defend the 3-ball. That's the concern with a team like Lincoln County. They've only scored 31 points. Your defense has been so good, but they can just score so quickly from behind the arc. You always have to have your guard up with a game that's still single digits.
3:16 to go. McLeod's second free throw rattles home. Got the rolling down. 1 for 2 from the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Cookeville back up by 10. 3:13 to go in the quarterfinals. Molly Brown with the basketball for Lincoln County at the top of the key. Hands to Bryan and around to Bragg. Here's Tips on the left wing. Bryan off a flare. Puts it up from 3. Bryan connects. Big shot by Abby Bryan from downtown. Makes it a 7-point game and a timeout taken by Lincoln County. They've only got full timeouts remaining. 2:59 to play in the contest. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're watching the Class 4A state quarterfinals presented by Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate on the Watson Chevy UCR Media Network.
Let the bidding begin. It's time for the show, and you know it's gonna go high. There's a buzz in the air, and people come from everywhere to hear the auctioneer cry. The sound of the gavel never gets old when you hear an EJ say so. Live or online, we handle auctions of any kind.
Call Aminette's Eagle Auction at 526-5335, where we soar higher.
41-34 the score now, and Cookeville lead is down to 7 after the 3 by Abby Bryan. It's her first made 3 of the ball game, and the first made 3 for Lincoln County ever since the first quarter where they knocked down 4. If you'll remember last time they played back in December in the Smoky Mountain Christmas Classic, Lincoln County won that ball game 69-54. They hit 10 triples in the ball game, and there were a lot of free throws in that ball game as well. Cookeville leads right now 41-34, and the defensive pressure has been absolutely tremendous. They got to break the press right now with under 2:53 to go. Macy Hudson's got the basketball in the front court through 3 defenders. Roby down low to a wide-open Callie Reeder, puts it in for 2. And that is exactly why you lull the defense to sleep. They forget about other players. And 2 points for Callie Reeder at the other end, back up by 9, 2:35 to go. Lincoln County basketball, Bryan with it. Being guarded by McLeod, drives in, spins to a double team, threw it up, and that's not a foul. Callie Reeder was standing straight up the whole time. If it's called on Kendall McLeod, maybe. But it's definitely not a foul on Callie Reeder.
And the official says it is on 21.
Okay.
Jamie Gillis said 21, and the official said yes.
If that was called on Callie Reeder, you would have seen an uproar from everybody in this gym. Well, maybe not everybody, but everybody in Cookeville Red. That short free throw, no good for Bryan. It's her second time at the line. She's now 2 for 3. Penny back in, again playing with 4 fouls for Lincoln County. She leads them in scoring. She's the only one in double figures.
Protect the basketball, make your free throws. If you're Cookeville, you're going to make it to the Final Four with 2:28 to go.
2:27 remaining, 43-35. They lead by 8. Charlie Roby, right before the half-court line, brings it across, being hounded by 2 different defenders, and that'll be the 5th foul on Alyssa Petty. She just threw the leg out at Charlie Roby. So Petty will foul out. Charlie Roby heads to the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And 2:18 remaining in this one. The Petty had most of the offense here in the second half is no longer available.
And I'm looking up at the crowd, and the Cookeville fans obviously like that call as the first one goes through for Charlie Roby. But I'm recognizing a lot of people who I know are fans of other programs that are in red today supporting the Lady Cavaliers. Cool to see the Upper Cumberland turn out.
Roby's second free throw, good again. 2 for 2 from the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. 2:18 remaining. It's a 10-point lead for the Lady Cavaliers. Here is Molly Brown driving. Brown over Reeder, got it to go. Tough finish for Molly Brown. She's got 7 points. Roby with the basketball across the timeline right side. Throws to Carolee Gilbert. 45-37. Cookeville leads with 2 minutes remaining here in the quarterfinals. The Cavaliers are in the bonus. Macy Hudson will be fouled by Gracie Flynn, her first.
And again, if you're Cookeville, you're totally good here. Make your free throws. Every time down, you make your free throws. You don't give them a free turnover, and you win. There's not enough possessions left in the game for Lincoln County to beat you. If you do that, only way they can get back in is if you leave the door open for them.
First free throw from Hudson. Rattles out, no good. They are now 3 for 5 from the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line in the fourth. Second one goes. Big free throw there for Macy Hudson. Back to an 8-point lead, make a 9-point lead, 46-37, 1:51 to go. Can you get a stop? That would be big as well. Here is Tips, throws it up for 3, missed it deep, and a rebound down to Hudson. There's your stop. And Hudson will be fouled by Abby Bryan. Bryan picks up her third. And again for Lincoln County, it's a very senior-loaded starting 5 with Alyssa Petty, Abby Bryan, and Molly Brown. That is their big 3. So this was their run. They made the state tournament last year against Cleveland, and then in the quarterfinals they fell to Cleveland 60-44. Now they play Cookeville, who beat Cleveland, down 46-37. Hudson misses the first free throw again.
And I think the thing for Cookeville is if they're able to hang on and get this win, you feel like you could play even better tomorrow against Bartlett.
Yeah.
And you're going to have to. Bartlett's a really good basketball team. But, man, did you take care of business today in really impressive fashion.
2 misses at the line, though, for Hudson. It's still a 9-point lead for Cookeville. 1:38 to go. Bryan with the basketball. Throws off to Brown.
No threes.
Brown over to Tips. Now left wing Bryan. She got loose for 3. Missed it. And the rebound to Carolee Gilbert. She needs to hold on to the basketball and be put at the line for the Lady Cavaliers. She'll bring it ahead and throw it to Dirksen on the right wing. Nobody out there. Back to, oh, my goodness.
Intentional.
Yeah. Tips just absolutely leveled Tania Dirksen, and she's
100%
she's got to be taken
an
out of this
intentional
game.
foul. There's no, that's a form tackle. It's an intentional foul to the very letter of the law. The ball is gone. She goes flying into the chest.
To put it this way, if that's in college, that's a flagrant 2, and she's out of this game. But it's an intentional foul. It's her fourth foul, and Tania Dirksen will be at the line, and they'll get the basketball back afterwards as well.
That's why the intentional foul rule is in the book, right there.
I mean, just completely leveled Tania Dirksen, who banks in the free throw.
Counts, baby. It counts.
And again, Tania Dirksen is one of the tougher players the Lady Cavaliers have. She can take a hit.
She leveled one earlier.
When you just get leveled right at the shoulders. Dirksen's second free throw from the Sonja Brown of the American Way Real Estate free throw line. A little too strong off the mark, but the Lady Cavaliers will get the basketball after the intentional foul, up by 10, 1:19 to go. It has been a clinic yet again defensively for the Lady Cavaliers. 37 points allowed to a Lincoln County team that can fill it up from outside. Carolee Gilbert across the timeline with it for Cookeville. 1:13 to play. And Gilbert's just dribbling around. Doesn't look like Lincoln County too intent on fouling yet. Obviously, they don't want to foul Gilbert. Here is Roby. She'll drive, pull it back out. Gilbert with it again with 1 minute to go in this quarterfinals. Carolee Gilbert will be fouled by Gracie Flynn. And Gilbert will be at the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. And the Lady Cavalier fans coming to their feet in the quarterfinals.
It's a really good effort by Cookeville. It got a little bit scary there at the end of the first quarter when they started hitting those deep threes. And you went, uh-oh, not again against Lincoln County. And the way they have played defense this entire postseason, but particularly in this ball game here, super impressive to hold this offense down to 37 points with a minute to play. This is a great effort by the Lady Cavs.
Carolee Gilbert at the line, knocked down the first free throw. Second one is good. Carolee Gilbert with 18 points to lead the way, and the benches are being emptied for Lincoln County. Cookeville will answer that as well as Allie Gillis comes in. Sadie Garrett comes in. Lauren Gillis is in. Carmen Sandoval and Aubrey Murdoch all in for the Lady Cavaliers. For Lincoln County, we'll try to bring you those as well when we can. Sophia Nichols checks in for Lincoln County. So does Reese Cunningham. Inside post move, a left hand finish, no good, and a rebound down to Allie Gillis. Trying to get it to her sister Lauren. Lauren saves it back to Allie. It's turned over, thrown up by Lincoln County off the hands of Abby Curtis, no good. And Cookeville's got it again with 38 seconds to go. Carmen Sandoval over to Lauren Gillis, and now the Lady Cavaliers will try to run this clock down. 30 seconds to play. Cookeville with the basketball. Murdoch on the left wing.
Shoot it.
Here is Sadie Garrett. Down to 20 seconds. Carmen Sandoval with the basketball here late in the fourth. Hand off to Garrett. 12 seconds. Allie Gillis dribbling with that left hand. There's a few dribbles with the right hands. Again, probably not the most comfortable dribble in the world. Allie Gillis dribbles it out, and the Lady Cavaliers are moving on. Final score, 49-37. They knock off Lincoln County and are back to the semifinals for, again, 3 out of the last 4 years.
It's a great win by the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers. Truly, a game that on paper looked to be a 50-50 game, a team that already beat you by double digits earlier on in the season, and you turn around and win by 12 in the game that matters. They played great. Big-time performances by Carolee Gilbert. The big shots she made. Charlie Roby on both ends. The intensity level that Callie Reeder brought early on in this game. Really, everybody rose to that occasion as well. Got hit in the mouth early. They responded. Everything you can want in a win. One of the Final Four teams in Class 4A. A very well-deserved victory for the Lady Cavs.
Well, Noah's got to go get to the press conference. I'll keep it right here for the post-game show, and then I'll be joining you shortly there in that press conference because they'll be up first since they are the winning team here today. But the Lady Cavaliers win it 49-37, the final score. The Nelson Trophy and Screen Printing Player of the game will be Carolee Gilbert for the Lady Cavaliers today, finishing with 19 points in the contest, and really the catalyst there in that third quarter to outscore Lincoln County to open up the second half 13-6 after having a 4-point lead at halftime, able to build their lead by as many as 13 in the second half. And they win today 49-37. So the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers are moving on to the semifinals where they will play a very good Bartlett team who has a lot of size. They beat Oak Ridge a little bit earlier, but the Lady Cavaliers back into the semifinals again. 3 out of the last 4 years they've been able to get there after missing the tournament last year. Able to get back there this year and into the semifinals again. The Lady Cavaliers improve to a record of 25-7 on the season. Lincoln County sees their season come to a close in the quarterfinals for a second straight year as they fall to 25-9. Once again, the Lady Cavaliers led by 19 points from Carolee Gilbert. Charlie Roby had 15 points as well with 7 rebounds and 5 assists. A great game from Charlie Roby, who knocked down a few free throws down the stretch. She was 4 for 4 from the Sonja Brown with American Way Real Estate free throw line. Callie Reeder, a good game, 6 points, 8 rebounds in the contest, 7 points for Macy Hudson. Tanaya Dirksen had 1 and 1 off the bench for Kendall McLeod. On the other side for Lincoln County, they were led by Petty's 11 points. Brian had 10, 7 points for Molly Brown, 6 points for Reagan Bragg, and 3 for Tips. No points off the bench for Lincoln County as Cookeville wins this one by a final score of 49-37. So the Lady Cavaliers moving on again. They're back into the semifinals. They will take on Bartlett coming up tomorrow. That'll be a 7:15 start time in the evening. We will be here tomorrow for 3 games. Website coverage for Van Buren County at 9:30, York Institute at 2:15, and then the Cookeville Lady Cavaliers broadcast and website coverage coming up tomorrow night at 7:15 for a chance to get to the championship ball game. That'll do it for us tonight. For Madison McKay and Noah McKay, who is at the press conference right now, I'm Jacob Vincent saying so long from the Glass House. The Lady Cavaliers win in the quarterfinals over Lincoln County. Final score, 49-37.